Welcome to Fight Club 24/7. My name's Johnny Rashman. Right, let's get straight into it. Breaking news overnight. Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury looks like it's not going ahead on April 29th. Usyk's manager has come out and said they're walking away. Tyson Fury's put demand after demand and they basically had enough. We all saw it coming. I said that as soon as the Saudi fight was not happening, that I couldn't see this fight happening on the 29th of April. I couldn't see how they could restructure that deal. They've had millions thrown at them, potential millions thrown at them for a fight in Saudi Arabia, and now they're going to get a fraction of that in Wembley. I said to myself, I can't see this fight happening. I can't see it happening, and unfortunately, it looks to be the case. I mean, I have to calm down a bit because I'm not even annoyed. I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I'm disappointed with Tyson Fury. I'm a big Tyson Fury fan. I can't defend him on this because there's a constant theme here. He had a trilogy with Wilder. He signed a contract to fight. He had to have a rematch with him. From the second fight, he had to fight a trilogy with him. He signed that contract. He tried to get out of that. They had to go to court. It went against him. Right, the AJ fights, I defended him with that. The last one in December, and I still maintain Eddie Hearn didn't want that fight for AJ. It wasn't the right time. But I did also say Eddie Hearn won't be dictated to. He tried to dictate to AJ then, even though AJ's the biggest star. Forget the belts, AJ is the biggest star commercially. That's it. Whether Tyson wants to agree with that or not, it doesn't make a difference. The numbers don't lie. Right? So I defended him on that. And now we've got the Usyk fight. Couldn't agree a deal with Saudi Arabia. He's the only person in history who can't agree a deal with a country that has unlimited money. Why? What are you saying to these people that have made them turn around and say, we're not giving you that money, mate? Because that's what's happened. Last year, he was coming out saying he wanted 500 million to fight Usyk when he'd retired for the 100th time again. Telling us he's never going to fight again. So it's lies, isn't it? It's lies. If you're going to keep lying, now we can call it contradictions. I call it lying. If you're going to keep lying, now I'm not going to believe anything you say. I'm not going to believe anything. Whether it's mental health, whether you're talking about your life, whether you're talking about boxing, I ain't going to believe anything that comes out this bloke's mouth anymore. Never again. Right? I've been there. I've done it. I've had enough. I've had enough of it, right? Crack on, do what you want, mate. Vacate the belt. Go and fight in Ngannou. Go and do what you want. Go and take as much money as you want. If you're going to pay for it, fair play, right? Because for someone who supported Tyson from the beginning, when he first made his debut on ITV2 Sports and the Mick Hennessy show, right? Might have been a Carl Fox undercard, I'm not 100% sure. But I supported him. But I've had enough of it now. I've had enough, and this is was a massive Tyson Fury fan. I've had enough because I always say, without the fans, you are nothing. And if you're going to keep taking the piss out of the fans, and this is what's going on, we're all struggling here. It's a cost of living crisis. We don't care that you might be making 50 million instead of 70 million. We don't care, mate. You're in the position because of the fans. Not just yourself, the fans. If the fans don't buy your tickets, if they don't buy the pay-per-view, if they don't look at your content, if they don't follow you on social media, you're nothing. You're absolutely nothing. And let me tell you something. Whoever he fights on the 29th, if he does fight on the 29th, right? If that doesn't sell, guess what? He'll think again. He'll think again. But the problem is, we created a monster by selling out Wembley against Dillian Whyte and packing out the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Chisora. We created a monster. I mean, what a kick in the teeth to the fans. We've supported him, right? Made him millions, by the way. The Chisora fight was a joke. It was an absolute joke, right? I defended it. I said, you know what? It's a warm-up fight before Usyk. I put up with it. I defended it, right? On the premise that we get Usyk next. Guess what? It looks like that's not happening, right? That was a joke. And he made millions, squeezed the fans for every last drop, millions from it. And what do you get from supporting him? Oh, I don't think I should fight the big fights now because guess what? These idiot fans, they'll pack out Wembley against Mr. Nobody. I could fight David Smith and they'll watch me. Ha ha ha, idiots, suckers, idiots. That's what he'll be thinking. It's not thank you very much for supporting me. I really appreciate it. You know what? I'm going to give back to you. So my thing is, don't buy the pay-per-view. If it's not a fight you don't agree with, right? I always buy pay-per-views. I won't be buying it. If it's not a Joyce, or if it's not, well, it's not going to be Joyce. He's fighting Zhang. You know, if it's a Nagano or just a name I don't want to watch, or Manuel Shah, I ain't buying that pay-per-view. I ain't giving the bloke the money. I ain't doing it. Because what do we get? All we'll get is, well, I don't need to fight him. I don't need to fight the best in the world because I can fight this guy at Wembley, right? And make millions. It's a joke. I mean, that's what you get for supporting someone. Now, on the flip side, is this a negotiation ploy from USEC? Because let me tell you something. I've watched boxing for many years. I've seen this happen many times where they're struggling to come to a deal, right? And one party said, you know what? I'm leaving, I'm finished, I'm done, and that's it. And then at the 11th hour, the other party's come back and he's realised, you know what? I can't squeeze any more out of him. Let's agree it. So maybe that could be the case. It might happen. Now, Rob Tebbit has tweeted that the talks have collapsed due to a failure to reach an agreement over the purse split for the rematch. Two-way rematch initially agreed over the weekend with significant progress made on Sunday, but a failure to agree terms ended up scuppering a deal. Right, so what are these terms? Let's come out and make it public. Let's make the negotiations public. They daren't do that. They daren't do that. You know why? Because they don't want to see the fans. They won't want the fans seeing how tight they're being and how much they're trying to squeeze. Because I bet he's making millions, right? And for this rematch, I bet he says, you know what? You take 30% again, right? So not only is he taking 30% from the first fight, he wants 30% in the rematch if he gets beat. It's just a joke. He thinks he's Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez, Muhammad Ali rolled into one. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You're a boxer. Fight or vacate the belt and go and do YouTuber boxing or something. It's just ridiculous. My word, has Tyson dented his image. He's just completely ruining his image. Now, he didn't have the best image when he first started off in his boxing career. I always supported him, but he came out with controversial comments and things. He said a few things and he had a bit of a backlash. And I always said, listen, you should support this guy. He can be one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, right? And I always backed him. Then we had the stuff with beating Klitschko. What a great night, right? He gets rid of the belts, fails your drug test, and then goes off. You know, he says he has mental health problems. And listen, I'm not saying he didn't, right? But I'm questioning the stories that are being told to me. Because if you're going to lie to me about other things, if you're going to lie to me about retiring, if you're going to lie to me about money's not an issue to you, when it absolutely is, like, do you think we're stupid? It's just unbelievable. He sits there and he tells us money's not a problem. Money's not the be-all and end-all. And you can't take money to the grave and all this other shite he's waffling. Yet he's rocking up in Ferraris and he's trying to squeeze every last drop in an undisputed world title fight when literally the man who he's fighting, his country's at war, right? And yes, I understand, maximize your profits, but if you're just trying to talk your way out a fight, like, what do you want? Do you want USEC to come up and not make any money? Should he fight for free? Should he fight the great Tyson Fury? A fighter that no one's ever seen before? A god? And give you all the money? Is that what should happen? Because guess what, mate? You got one belt. He's got three. Right? If you don't care about the belts, vacate your WBC belt. I mean, I'm just furious. I'm furious. And as I say, I've been a massive Tyson Fury fan, but what do you want me to say? I can't defend it. If you are a fan of his and you're defending it, more fool you. More fool you, because you think he gives a fuck. Do you think he really cares? I don't. Because what do we get as fans from supporting his last two fights? Packing out stadiums, making him millions. What do we get? We get an FU. That's what we get. You know what? These idiots will watch me fight anyone, so I don't need to fight the best in the world. Now you can keep saying about the Klitschko and Wilder fights. Klitschko fight was 2015, mate. Okay, you beat Klitschko. It was a horrendously boring fight. Well done, right? I always said it was a great achievement. You went to Germany. The fight was a stinker to watch, right? He just did enough. Fair play, right? The Wilder fights, just unbelievable fights. And, you know, there's kind of fights where you'll always remember. You'll always remember it. Now that's been chipped and chipped away. It's been chipped away because now, when was the last trilogy with Wilder? 2021. Was it October 2021? We're in 2023. And it's just like the good grace has gone. It's all gone. Right? Now we've had enough. We want to see you get in the ring with USEC. right? And you can come out with any videos that you want. You can come out and call him a sucker, a loser, whatever WWE promo you want to do, but it ain't going to wash anymore. It ain't going to wash. We've had enough of it now, right? Now, hopefully this fight can happen. Let's read between the lines, right? Who is Tyson Fury sparring? What southpaws is he sparring? I saw a picture of an Irish heavyweight called Thomas Carthy, right? And no disrespect to him, he's a decent talent, but come on. That's your sparring partner to fight Usyk. Come on, right? So look at what's in front of you, right? He went on social media a few days ago and said, "I'm coming off it." This is Tyson Fury. He says, "I'm coming off it, right? I'm in camp. I'm coming off social media." Okay, well, who the hell is he fighting? Because it ain't Usyk, according to his manager. So what are we going to get now? What? I've always said it. Francis Ngannou. I've always said it. It's easy money for him, right? He can make millions and millions and millions, right? And I'm sure we couldn't get anyone on short notice, and Francis was ready to fight, and we'll get the two baddest men on the planet, even though Ngannou's never had a boxing match in his life. It's just a joke. Like, just a joke. So it is what it is. I mean, we can pick the bones of who's to blame. If you think Usyk's to blame, then you're stupid. That's what I'm telling you. You're stupid. This is a guy who's notoriously easy to deal with. He fights away from home, right? The Anthony Joshua, not an issue, that deal. Saudi paid him. He could sort that deal out then. Guess what? Saudi won't pay Tyson Fury. So do you see the common theme? There's an issue, isn't there? And it's all down to Tyson Fury. And I have had enough. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Who's to blame? Are you sick of Tyson Fury's antics? Let me know your thoughts. Who's to blame? Are you sick of Tyson Fury's antics? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know.